So here we are entering into your emotionally fit room as a leader and as a team member. And our overarching theme is when work feels like fresh air or secondhand smoke. So the focus and the lens we want to look through is that where is your culture really healthy and where is your culture perhaps needing some adjustments and improvements around maybe there's toxicity or dysfunction there. So I want you to take a moment and think about the emotional health of your culture. Are people free to be able to say, hey, you know what? I just feel very overwhelmed right now. I feel I'm in grieving because of this, this, and this. Is there opportunity for that exchange without judgment? I think it's really, really important. Another thing I want to talk about, which is important, because our society and our cultures are so fast paced, what happens is a lot of us use avoidance. And I don't know if you can relate, but I remember this. I'm a peacekeeper at heart, and I remember not just avoiding having that conversation with that colleague or with my boss because I thought, oh, well, how important is it? Well, I took how important is it to the grave. And as a result, it ended up creating problems within me. So if I was still renting space in my head, if I was still feeling it in my body, I needed to address it and go to the source. So for me, I think it's really important to take a look at, are there some unfinished business happening within your culture, within the colleagues, within the team that need to be addressed? Is there an elephant sitting in there that nobody's talking about, but everybody's dancing around or perhaps walking on eggshells? So my invitation to you is take a look at where, again, I'm a huge fan of where, in fact, does your organization do really well around emotional fitness? Are they really good about allowing you to share? And if they're not, where is there some gaps, right? So, I'm all about, we have our own power. So I'm inviting you to be thinking about that awareness and maybe suggesting as a leader, why don't we have a mental health or an emotional well-being or emotional checklist so that monthly we're doing some things, whether it's mindfulness, whether it's that we're having opportunities for emotional check-ins, whatever that might look like. I think it's really important that we all remember with the number of hours you're putting in, the demands that are on you, what's happening is the people in your environment are actually coming in as a teacher. I know you might not want to hear that, but they are coming in as a teacher, something that's unfinished that you need to close the loop, you need to heal, you need to make peace with. I know that the most difficult people that have been in my path are the ones that have really helped me stretch myself to find my voice, to own my power, to be able to be really clear about what's important to me and what my values are. So I'm really encouraging you to make sure, I think that I would love to see in organizations where there's an opportunity for an exchange where we call it no blame, no shame. I just think that would be such a cool opportunity. Look, we've got some upheaval going on. We've got this new project. I'm sensing a lot of anxiety, a lot of frustration, a lot of pushback. Let's have an open conversation where we have no blame, no shame. And so there's no judgment. What happens there, kind of like Vegas, what happens there stays there. And people don't feel like it's going to take its way outside of that meeting. It's really a chance to be able to get it off of our chest and then be able to move forward. So again, really take a look over the next 7 days about what is the emotional fitness level of your organization. I know that the studies are saying that oftentimes leaders are disconnected from really the actual number or percentage of how people feel disconnected. They feel isolated. They don't feel seen or heard. So it's really important that with the action steps that you're taking consistently, that you're really creating that safe environment, psychologically safe environment for people to speak their truth about how they really feel. So have yourself a beautiful day. Would love to hear how this was helpful for you.